side. It's the feet of Dyer, just turns it around the corner, can't find Routledge, and Delafeu gets his first touch. He's big gloved and has his tights on as well, Gerard Delafeu. It's still September.
Yeah, he's definitely on that left-hand side though, John, tactically. Definitely Delafeu on that left-hand side.
Here's Cabaselli back inside his own half. Cleverly, he's a little short. Cabaselli just got there in time ahead of Surridge.
Definition of a hospital pass there from Tom Cleverly.
Pereira finds Messina just inside the Swansea half, out to the left-hand side, and Delafeu. Infield to Pereira. Nice pick out that. Pereira trying to run around a couple of Swansea players. Welbeck with a little back heel, just forces Pereira backwards, but he turns it to the right-hand side now, and Yammat, who just keeps it in level with the edge of the penalty area. Pereira comes across to offer him some support. He's looking to go on the outside of Mackay. No way round him, so he has to use Pereira. Now Sarr on the edge of the penalty area. Pereira again. 10 yards outside it, infield to Yammat, 30 yards out, central position. Works it out to the left-hand side, and Delafeu, one against Roberts. Still going, Delafeu goes on the outside. Left-footed ball in towards the near post, and smuggled home by Roberto Pereira. Took a deflection off the Swansea defender who held off Welbeck, and Pereira, Johnny on the spot, turned it over the line, and with 12 minutes to go, Watford are back in front. Watford 2, Swansea City 1.
Yeah, good substitution from Quique Sancho Flores, getting the fresh legs of Delafeu on. They get the ball out to him on this left-hand side. One-on-one against the tired Roberts, the right back, who's played well, but he's tired. Delafeu just drives at the fullback, gets to the byline, hits the low crossing. Welbeck flicks it on, and Pereira, who is in the right area, right 2 yards out, just flicks it home. But good substitution, fresh legs. Delafeu and Pereira find himself very advanced position, scoring.
Pereira scores in successive home games, and a goal you wouldn't normally associate with Roberto Pereira, but a centre-forwards goal, that.
Yes.
Just, from a couple of yards. And well, how Watford needed that. A real poacher's goal.
Yeah, and usually his goals are spectacular. But that one, and to be fair, Swansea had backed right off, and Watford had got good numbers in the box. And I think, like, on the change like Flores made, and you mentioned it, John, and it's Pereira. He has pushed Pereira up front with Welbeck. I think he thought Pereira's getting a little bit tired for midfield duties. So Delafeu come on the left-hand side. And Pereira, centre forward for a cameo, has got a goal. So maybe will he turn into a centre forward? I don't think so, but it's worked well tonight.
Swansea have made their third and final change. Jordan Garrick has come on for Nathan Dyer. They're chasing the game now. It's Mackay into the feet of Routledge inside the penalty area. Routledge stopped, parried by Gomez. Comes back to Routledge again on the left-hand side. His cross deflected behind by Yamma. It's not over yet.
Yeah, Watford got to be, obviously just going ahead. You're vulnerable at them times, but just switched off. Let a ball be played into the Watford's box. Let Routledge get a turn in. Then they close him down. A save that Gomez should make straight at him, but Watford just switched off there for a second.
Gomez comes for the corner and punches it away. Grimes on the volley, takes the deflection off Pereira. And Swansea have another corner. In the fourth of the night, Barry Mackay is on the far side. In front of the empty family stand tonight. 8,903 is the official attendance. He delivers it right-footed, low towards the near post. Welbeck clears, only as far as Grimes again. Routledge turns it around the corner, and here's Mackay, the corner taker. Now Routledge. The pressure from Delafeu. Still Routledge, clips it into the penalty area, flicked on by Cabango. Volleyed away acrobatically by Chalabar up to the halfway line. Declan John retrieves it. And here's Nortveld. You said the type of goal that one Pereira scored that Watford don't score enough of?
Yeah, you could definitely say that. I mean, 2 yards out, taps it in. I mean, Gray's kind of one of them players that does score goals in the box, but definitely that sort of area we don't score enough, do we? Like the Swansea goal was in the 6-yard box. Pereira's there, he's 2 yards out and he scores. But definitely something you'd like to see more from any Watford side.
I mean, the stat is before Saturday. This is the only the last mention of Saturday tonight.
Yes,
but before Saturday, the stat was that only Liverpool and Manchester City had more shots on goal. But this season from in the Premier League, but the conversion rate. But a lot of those have been, we talk a lot about Watford trying to score the perfect goal or shooting distance, not converting those sort of chances, are they?
No,
creating those sort of chances, should we say?
Yeah, exactly. And I think Danny Welbeck, that's where he could help out as well. I've been really impressed with him tonight, and I'll mention it a few times, and I don't want to keep going over it, but his runs are very intelligent. And from midfielders, he's a player that you want. It's intelligent runs he's making.
Luton 0, Leicester 3, we should bring you up to date with, and Portsmouth 0, Southampton 3. So the Premier League sides both going through there. As it stands, with 7 minutes to go, Watford are going through here. One more mention of Saturday. I suppose the draw could be if Watford go through. We're not.
If we get them at home, I'll give us more chance. As long as it ain't at the Etihad.
On a Tuesday or Wednesday night. Oh, God.
They will play their reserves, surely.
So will we.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously...
Anyway, we've still got 6.5 minutes to go. Messina's just gone down a little bit of cramp, I think. A lot of these Watford players haven't had many match minutes. There will be some tired legs out there. It's a Swansea throw. Messina just stretching his hamstrings and calves. Not wanting to come off, of course, but he just steps off the pitch just to get a little bit of treatment. Southampton now have a fourth. Nathan Redmond with it. Portsmouth 0, Southampton 4. Cedric Suarez got their third. 2-1 Watford lead here with 6 minutes to go. Here's Surridge, the Swansea goal scorer. Byers gives the ball away. Chalabar intercepts and gets it back from Delafeu, but then gives it away sloppily to Grimes, and Byers works it out to the left-hand side, and Declan John into the feet of Surridge, who looks to turn, tries to turn. Chalabar is fouled by Kabasele, and Swansea have a free kick 30 yards out to the left of centre.
Yeah, and just a little bit sloppy since they got their noses in front. Watford gone a little bit sloppy, definitely switched off just before Routledge gets a shot in there. Chalabar, who's had a good second half. Like you said, John, could be a bit of tiredness coming into all these players, the ones that haven't been playing regular. Definitely we've seen Welbeck looks like he's struggling a little bit. Messina looks like he's struggling a bit, and Chalabar, I think they're feeling it. So it's going to be important how they get through these last 5-6 minutes. They've got to be intelligent here. Keep the ball, use the ball. Maybe give it to the fresher players, Sarr, get him on the ball.
Mackay with the free kick, goes into the wall, rebounds to Connor Roberts, 30 yards out. Finds Van der Horn in the right wing position, turns it down the line for Garrick. His cross hits Kabasele. Swansea have a corner.
Yeah, Kabasele done well again, in a good position. Garrick gets down the side of the defence, but Kabasele's not too far behind him. Make sure that he can't get across into the box. That's what you want from your defenders, not stopping crosses coming in, making sure it's hard for the opposition.
Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 0 at the Emirates. Referee's seen something in the penalty area before this Swansea corner can be taken that he doesn't like. Jordan Garrick and Nathaniel Chalabar are the two that are being pulled out from the 6-yard box. A quick chat from referee Bond. And now Matthew Grimes can think about delivering this Swansea corner then. With 4 minutes to go, trailing 2-1. Looks in towards the near post. Gomez rises and whips it off the head of Van der Horn. A confident catch, using all his experience.
Yeah, excellent goalkeeping, and he hasn't had too much to do, and that's a sign of a good goalkeeper. And it always, when they haven't had a lot to do, that he does what he has to do well, and he's done that tonight very well.
For the first time tonight, we see him bowling it out over the halfway line.
His trademark.
A lot of chat online. Why is Gomez playing? Shouldn't it be Bachmann or Dahlberg? But I guess the rationale from both Javi Gracia in the previous round and Quique Santos Flores in this round is that if he's the sub-keeper in the Premier League, that if anything happens to Ben Foster, I assume that's the thinking, that they want him to get games.
That's what I would put the thinking down to. If he's your number 2, then obviously he needs the minutes, because anything happens, say at Wolves, something happens to your number 1 and Gomez is your number 2. At least he's had these minutes in the game. So yeah, I think that's why he's starting these games, because he is the number 2, and they need him to get minutes in his legs.
Swansea have a throw, 5 yards up from the corner flag on the right-hand side. It is a conundrum, because you want Bachmann, Dahlberg to get experience. But,
yeah, exactly. I mean, but if the decision's made that he is number 2, then he has to have the minutes in these games.
Here's Roberts level with the edge of the penalty area, trying to tickle it through for Routledge. Chalabar gets a touch on it, and Delafeu thumps it away. Sarr is after it, but Declan John is underneath it. Puts it all the way, but works it into the Watford half, and Janmaat. And Janmaat plays it down the line for Sarr, and Sarr is away. Sarr can move towards the edge of the penalty area. Still Sarr going, cuts it back to Janmaat, who ticks across. Delafeu, great block. Janmaat again, into the side netting. Sarr took his time, tried to pick out the cross. It rebounded into the path of Delafeu. Not quite sure which Swansea player that threw himself in front of it. Was it Roberts that threw himself in front of it and just keeps Swansea in the game in 90 seconds to go?
Yeah, it's a brilliant block from Roberts, and Sarr does well, getting down to the byline, him and Janmaat linking up well, and a decent cross back. He picks someone out, and that's something Watford has struggled with second half.
Watford, though, win it back midway inside the Swansea half. And here's Delafeu running at Roberts into the penalty area, left-hand side. Turns it back out to the left touchline, and Pereira. Luton 0, Leicester 4. Pereira goes to the corner flag. We're not quite in added time yet. And then Pereira pulls back on Garrick, and Swansea have a free kick right down by their corner flag in the right back position.
Yeah, he looks a tired Pereira, and the crowd weren't impressed with him taking to the corner flag, even though it's the 88th minute there.
Here's Mackay finding Byers, who's moving to 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes of added time then at the end of the 90 minutes. Watford 2, Swansea City 1 on 3 Counties Sports on BBC 3 Counties Radio. Pereira with a late, tired swipe at Connor Roberts, and I think he's going to be booked for his trouble here. He gets a wagging finger from Matthew Grimes, and he's rightly booked.
Yeah.
Watford's potential match winner, his goal at the moment looks like it's going to...
Yeah, he's tired, Pereira, but yeah, it's a poor challenge. Whatever words have been said between them, something looks like something's gone on between him and Roberts, because he just took him out for no real reason there, Pereira, and gets the yellow card. 2-1
Watford lead. With 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. Van der Horn finds Kabanga. Out to the right-hand side, and Garrick on the halfway line. He's to go back into his own half. Now Van der Horn swings it, looks to swing it crossfield for Mackay. Janmaat, though, on the volley, pushes it back to Gomez, who scoops it forward to the halfway line. Declan John is there. He's robbed by Sarr. Sarr bursts forward. And still going, Ismaila Sarr. Feeds well back, can't take it in his stride. It's flicked away by Cabango. And here's Grimes, with Watford having 2 or 3 men called upfield. Grimes up to the halfway line, turned it to his left-hand side. Then George Byers, 15 yards short of the penalty area, feeds Mackay. Mackay running it cleverly, and Janmaat into the box to Routledge. Routledge forced out of the box by Prödl, but turns and then flicks it into the area. And Messina heads it over his own crossbar from around the penalty spot. And Swansea have a late corner.
Yeah, the tiredness you can see in the Watford players. They look tired, some of them. Obviously, we've mentioned they ain't had a lot of minutes. But there, Messina, the ball gets put across. And I don't know if he knew a lot about it. I think he heads it, and he's just hoping that it goes over his own bar, and it does.
Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Here comes the goalkeeper. Nortveld is forward. We've got just under 2 minutes of stoppage time left. The corner is curled in too high for the goalkeeper. Gomez comes. Gomez takes it back. and rolls it out for
goal.
Sarr, and there's no goalkeeper. Sarr running over the halfway line. Grimes gets back there. Grimes brings him down. Watford free kick, 10 yards inside the Swansea half. The crowd baying for blood, wanting Matthew Grimes sent off. It should just be a yellow because he's 40 yards from the Swansea goal. But there wasn't a goalkeeper, there was a defender back there. It will be a yellow card for the Swansea captain, Matthew Grimes.
It's one of them, you can totally understand why he's done it. Because they bring the goalie up. Gomez, brilliant goal kick, catch from Gomez from the corner. Releases Sarr, and Sarr has looked electric when he just turns out. He's got a turn of speed, hasn't he? Just knocks the ball and goes. And Grimes is coming across, knows he ain't going to beat him, but they do have other defenders behind Grimes. And you can see why he's done it. And to be fair to him, even though our friend in front of us don't agree, there were defenders covering.
We'll just move the microphone just slightly away from him. But the language wasn't fruity, it's just hilarious. Watford have taken the free kick too quickly now. Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest 0. I think Colchester Tottenham has gone to penalties. It's ended 0-0. Luton have been beaten by 4 goals to 0 at Kenilworth Road by Leicester City. We're in the last minute of stoppage time, last few seconds of stoppage time here at Vicarage Road. Watford 2, Swansea City 1. Cleverly with the free kick, turns it to his left and Messina, 15 yards inside the Swansea half, clips it down the line into touch. Swansea have a throw, but they have no time left. There's Cabango down by his own goal line. They're not going to hit it long. It's Roberts. They're still playing it around the edge of their own penalty area. They play it across their own 6-yard box to Van der Horn. They have their principles, they're sticking to them, playing it across their own 18-yard box now to Cabango, and now Roberts. They've got no time left, they've got to get it forward. But they're still passing, across the 18-yard line it goes to Van der Horn, who now does clip it long. Surridge goes down under challenge from Prödel, who heads it away, and there's the full-time whistle, and Watford are through to the 4th round of the Carabao Cup, courtesy of goals from Danny Welbeck and Roberto Pereira, 12 minutes from time, getting the all-important one, bundling home from close range after Delafeu had done well down the left-hand side to get a cross away that was deflected by Welbeck into the path of Roberto Pereira. Welbeck put the Hornets in front on 28 minutes, heading home from a Pereira corner. Surridge equalised for Swansea 6 minutes later, tucking home across from Nathan Dyer. Watford dominated the first half. The second half on possession was perhaps more even, and Christian Kabasele had to be at his acrobatic best to keep the scores level when Connor Roberts looped a header over Aurelio Gomez, and George Byers went close. Pereira had gone close as well. Delafeu nearly put it beyond Swansea late on. But Watford... The players who haven't featured much have done the business tonight at Vicarage Road, and they go through to the next round. It finishes Watford 2, Swansea City 1, Derek Payne.
Yeah, exactly there, John. Like you said, done enough. Against tough opposition as well. Swansea come here in good form, confidence-wise. I know they made a lot of changes as well, and they play to a certain style, certain principle, and they made it hard for Watford, and that's probably good for these players. That it was a hard test for them, but they've come through it in the end, and I think just about edged it for me and deserved the victory. But big mention to Kabasele for the clearance at 1-1. Really top clearance, and something that you want to see after the questions being asked about the group of players here, the commitment levels and things like that. That clearance there at 1-1 has probably helped Watford go on and win the game, because it is a acrobatic overhead kick to get the ball off the line, and Swansea go ahead then, and it makes it a lot tougher. But I think overall Watford definitely played a lot better in the second half than the first half. They'll be disappointed probably with the final ball, especially the crossing, because they got in some really good areas, but the crossing weren't great. But good substitutions by Flores in the end, by bringing on